Welcome back to Expresso, live on SABC3, your feel-good breakfast show. Now, it's a Thursday game time, and Grant Hines has brought us the latest release available. It's called Deus Ex Human Revolution, and it's a format that is based on role-player gaming. So before we get into it, check it out.
I never asked for this. The year is 2027. It's a time of great innovation and technological advancement. It's also a time of chaos and conspiracy. Whose side I'm on. I'll never stop looking.
It's not the end of the world, but you can see it from here.
Now, unfortunately, we are experiencing some technical difficulties and we can't show you the game in live play, but we do have Grant Hines here to tell us all about it. Grant, you just told me now, this is actually the truth about it, ladies and gentlemen. Grant was playing Mal B, Let's Dance, you know that game we were playing last week, and he accidentally spilled milk on his console, and that's why it's not...
At least it wasn't airband, you know?
I'm joking.
No, just rocked the console out with a moustache and a wig.
Dude, but let's talk about this game, role-player game, Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yes, it's actually a prequel to a game that came out like 10 years ago.
Ooh, prequel.
Prequel. It's something that George Lucas did with Star Wars series.
Yeah.
And it's called Deus Ex Human Revolution. It comes from the word Deus Ex Machina, which was a phrase they used in Roman Italy in the amphitheaters, where they had this machine which raised an actor from the bottom of the stage.
Oh, cool.
And it was usually the god in the story. So it was either Athena or the god of war or whatever. And that was called the Deus Ex Machina, the god out of the machine.
I see.
And what they've done now is they've used that Deus Ex in context of a character that has got nanotechnology in them. So the story is set in 2027, which is sometime in the future, just before the first game, obviously, as being a prequel. And there's this time where capitalism and consumerism has overtaken society, and they've developed these augmentations. You know, it'll be on Michael Moll's show. Hello, Doctor.
Augmentations.
Augmentations where they would replace human arms or human legs with bionic ones to become stronger, faster, smarter, replace your eye, to become...
So very futuristic in that
Very
sense.
futuristic in that sense, but it's very cyberpunk in art direction, and it reminds me a lot of Blade Runner. Which is quite cool.
Yeah.
But there's this dark undertone to it. There's two groups. There's an extremist group called the purists, who believe that we shouldn't be augmented. And there's a group of people that believe that, hey, why not? We can be better humans and we can control the evolutionary process.
Sounds like Matrix meets the guy from the future and Wesley Snipes and everything all in one. But we've got to tell our viewers, of course, this game does carry an age restriction of 18. So if you are under 18 years of age, please do not play this game. It could be harmful to you. But now, tell me, I mean, obviously there's a lot of games in the role-player format. So how does this game compare to the rest of the field?
It's actually very light in terms of role-playing action, which is cool, and it actually mixes first-person shooting with a bunch of role-playing elements. So how they've done it is that you tackle an environment. You can either go guns blazing into a situation from getting from point A to point B, which is always generally the most illogical way to do it. A lot of the times it's about sneaking up, knocking guys unconscious, dragging the unconscious dude around a corner.
dragging you into the corner, put you down, then proceed.
And choosing multiple routes. So they've given you an option of routes.
that's cool.
And depending on what you've augmented, so this is the trick, is that your body is augmented and you can choose to increase your strength or your shooting ability or your silence abilities. And that will make you better at choosing different routes and better at tackling different strategies in engaging it.
Now, this sounds like there's a lot to think about when you're playing this game in terms of playability and difficulty of play.
It's very easy. You have to go through a lot of menu screens and just learning a little bit about what's going on and also learning about the world because the world is so unusual. You've got to understand what's going on, and there's this big backstory where the Illuminati is involved, and are they backstabbing you? Are you working with them? What team are you on? Who are you siding with? Do you side with the purists or do you side with these capitalist consumers? They might actually be the most honest people in the story, but you're not quite sure.
So, mark out of 5.
I give it a solid 8.5 out of 5.
Why would you give it an 8.5 out of 5?
Because it's not quite a 9 for me, and it's not quite an 8 for me. It's, if that makes sense.
The mayor of Awesome Town, epic fail, 8 out of 5. Come on, well, it means it's very, very awesome then, I guess. So do check out the game. If you do get a chance to play it, let us know on our Facebook page, Espresso Morning Show SABC3. Now, later on, we will be chatting to Andrea Du Plessis, vital expert, all about skin and the aging of skin. So do give us a call on 08391337728. Right now, time for your news headline roundup with Liesl and me.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.